There you go.
Those bullies won't bother me now.
Try not to shoot each other.
Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Hope you're having a great day today. Today we landed upon the Recon, my favorite loadout out of all of them, and I'm here to show you guys why. Let's go over his abilities real quick. His first ability is Pups. This ability sends out a small drone that reveals nearby enemies, lowering their damage and your FPS by 20%. There are also variations to the Pups once we go into the perk grid. His second ability is Support Drone. You deploy a small drone in front of you that replenishes your teammates' ammo reserves, increases their accuracy and stability by 20%, and also grants them a small amount of health every time they kill a target. Now, the Recon isn't going to replace the Doc in a team anytime soon. This is because the healing provided by Support Drone is so insignificant, only 10 HP per kill. That is extremely lackluster given the fact that you have 1,500 health. So you'll be using it more to replenish your ammo supplies. And lastly, the passive, which is Focus, gives you a stack of focus after getting 2 headshot kills within 10 seconds. Each stack increases your accuracy and stability by 10% and stacks up to 3 times. Now, before we dive into the perk grid, we need to take a look at the Recon as a whole and see what he is lacking. Unfortunately, the Recon is in the same boat as the Doc, for the Recon does not have any damaging abilities. The Gunner has his overclock, the Demo has his micro rockets, and the Tech has his turret. The Recon has no damaging abilities, so we need to compensate it by increasing the power of our weapons. And not only that, but just like the Doc, the Recon also has no crowd control, also known as CC, so we need to compensate for that as well. Now, moving into the perk grid, we'll go over the ability changes first, starting with the Pups. Pups is very versatile. You can use any variant you so desire. However, I do recommend a few things. If you don't have a CC loadout in your team and your team is unwilling to change, looking at those pug groups out there, you can always slot in Guard Dog for the needed CC. Guard Dogs are deployed in front of you and guard an area, slowing down enemies and occasionally damaging and stumbling them with zaps. However, Guard Dog is not as great as the Tech's Charged Coils or the Doc's Suppression Station. Reason being is that the Guard Dog has both a duration and a cooldown of 20 seconds, meaning you need to build around Guard Dog to be efficient. The Tech has 3 Charged Coils, meaning he can cover an area indefinitely. Same with the Doc. The Doc can deploy his Suppression Station even when empty, and it stays there for the duration of the fight. The Recon's Guard Dogs don't, making them significantly worse since your crowd control will be intermittent. You can go without a variation and use the regular Pups. They're great for scouting ahead, and that's about it. The reduction in damage is neglectable, since the best way to avoid damage in this game is to not be there at all. And by that I mean dodging away. That is why I highly recommend taking Bloodhounds with you. They track a specific target of your choice and lowers its defenses. After extensive testing and some Reddit posts, I can safely say that the increase in damage is about 25%. And with Distracting Howl, you will slow that target by 30%, giving you some much needed CC. But that's not all, we're also taking Red is Dead with us. This perk grants the team an additional 10% damage for revealed targets, which is what Bloodhound does, it reveals. So the increase of 25% is, in actuality, 35%. Now, you might be wondering, why not just go for regular Pups? They reveal as well. Well, yes, but you lose out on a significant chunk of damage. Do you want 10% extra damage on everything, even runners that are easily one-shotted on Insane? Or do you want 35% extra damage on bigger targets that are arguably more lethal? To me, it's a no-brainer. Not only that, but Bloodhounds also has no cooldown and no duration. It lasts until the target is dead, and you can immediately use it again after. So you don't even need to build around Bloodhounds, freeing up more space for other perks. Now that we have our little bit of CC in the form of Distracting Howl, we need to increase our damage output. Our main source of damage will be our weapons, primarily our Assault Rifle. So we'll be taking as many Assault Rifle perks as we can to increase our DPS. Starting with the Recon Rifle training to increase our max ammo and weak point damage. The Doc Rifle Expertise for more weak point damage, the added stability is a nice plus. The Gunner Rifle Mastery for even more weak point damage and the accuracy being a nice plus. The Gunner Rifle Expertise for more stability and fire rate, the faster you fire, the higher your DPS. And Recon Rifle Expertise for more accuracy, stability, and fire rate. In total, these perks alone will give you 40% extra stability, 25% extra accuracy, 25% extra fire rate, 20% extra ammo, which is a big deal for higher difficulties, and a whopping 45% extra weak point damage. So go for the head. Moving on to Support Drone, there are only 2 perks you will ever need for this. Extended Duration 2 and Extended Duration 4. This will increase our duration to 35%, which is exactly enough time for the support drone to spit out 4 ammo clips. With this duration and some smart use of the support drone, your team will never run out of ammo. Ever. They won't even need to go to an ammo crate. And with this build, you will never even have to reload because we have the Got Your Back perk. This perk reloads not only our gun, but the gun of all our teammates when you kill an enemy that is not targeting you. The best way not to get targeted is to stay behind your teammates. Enemies tend to attack those that are closest to them. Now, in this perk grid, you might have noticed something already. I'm not using any cooldown reduction perks. The beauty of this build is that you don't need any cooldown reduction perks. One of the reasons is because we're taking the Got Your Back perk modifier back into the fight, which reduces not only our remaining recharge time, but also our team's remaining recharge time by 10% for each enemy we kill. Just remember to stay behind your allies. And lastly, the second perk that will aid us with reducing the cooldown is Threat Neutralized. Since we're increasing our weak point damage and revealing targets not only with bloodhounds but also with our weapons, getting into that later, we might as well take a perk that helps us benefit from both. Threat Neutralized shaves off an additional 15% in cooldown reduction whenever we weak point kill a revealed enemy. Combined, we get a 25% reduction on cooldown. That is insane! With careful positioning and some skill, you will have your support drone back after only 4 kills. So spam that support drone. That's the perks done. Let's go over to the viable weapon options. Unfortunately, the Recon does not have as big of an arsenal as the Dog, since your weapons will need to complement your perks. That was not the case for the Dog. With the Dog, you could choose any weapon you wanted. For the Recon, you need to be careful what you pick, as the weapon will also need to have an attachment that can reveal targets and proc your Red is Dead perk. That is why I can only recommend the Plasma Rifle, the Heavy Assault, and the Pulse Rifle. But you can also play the Recon as a sniper and take the Twilight, the Scout, or the Ballista Flechette. For the Plasma Rifle, go for the Recoil Booster, the Rapid Dispersal Unit, and the Laser Sight. For the Heavy Assault and Pulse Rifle, go with the Ported Compensator, Alloyed Magazines, and Laser Sight. For the Scout, go with the Calibrated Hider, the Armor-Piercing Rounds, and Laser Sight. And for the Twilight and Ballista Flechette, go with the Calibrated Hider, Armor-Piercing Rounds, and the Tactical Scope. For CQWs, there are only 2 weapons that can attach a revealing optic on them, and that is the Storm Surge and the Tactical Shotgun. Both are subpar options when you go to higher difficulties. The only real option when it comes to CQWs remains the Pumped Shotty. This is because it can still one-shot runners even on insane difficulty. For the Pumped Shotgun, go for the Precision Break, the Field Reserves, and Hybrid Sight. And for consumables, always go for Cryo Grids for more CC and the Vulnerability Assessment Drones for more team-wide DPS. And that's the no cooldown Recon. It has the damage, the team-wide DPS increase, the CC, the support, the team-wide cooldown reduction, the synergy. Your team will love this build. But don't take my word for it. Try it out yourself and see how good this build truly is. Thanks so much for watching, and if you want to see more Aliens Fireteam Elite builds, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss another upload. And I'll see you when I see you.